Just make it a part of your routine and keep consistent and give yourself a goal.
Our topic today is going to be Instagram SEO. Yes, you heard that right. Instagram SEO, specifically going over 5 easy ways that you can rank higher on Instagram in 2021.
You might think SEO and Instagram are two different things. They're actually one of the same, because there are every social media platform out there is in its own form a search engine, and Instagram is no exception. So you'll notice that when you go into your search bar on Instagram, you can type in certain keywords, and certain businesses or people, profiles, influencers might come up. But you're probably wondering, well, how can you boost your own visibility on the platform? And we're going to start it off with number 1, which is optimize your profile for search. So how can you show up when somebody types in something into the search bar? For example, if I want people to find me, then I'm probably going to want to have, digital marketing expert in my profile, or social media speaker or something like that. So you want to ensure that whatever that phrase is that people are typing in search, that it is in the bio of your profile. Make sure you include it in there. You see a lot of accounts that have next to nothing in their profile, or just a quote, a couple emojis and contact info, but make sure that you do have those keywords somewhere in that bio.
Bio and also display name. I don't know if you had said that, but you can edit your display name as well to be more than just your name. So Jason Hunt might also have his name and then a line, and then after social media speaker, if you can make that fit, or digital marketing expert, or whatever it might be. So really, it's the bio and the display name that you want to make sure you're adding those keywords to.
What I did on mine, I copied a previous guest of the podcast, Evan Carmichael, and
Nice.
and used the hashtag entrepreneur after my name. So if anybody types in entrepreneur, hopefully they'll find my profile come up. But to be honest, if you're in a niche, you got to try to get that niche and the keywords of that niche somewhere in your profile. A little tip there that you can use to optimize your own profile. Now, heading on over to number 2, using hashtags as your keywords. The word hashtag is no stranger to anybody out there, but it's definitely a good opportunity for you to get more exposure on your images, on your reels, on your IGTV, whatever it is using those hashtags. It doesn't really matter where you put the hashtags, whether it's in the comment section after you post your content, or within the description itself of that specific piece of content. In our experience, it doesn't really matter. And at the time of this recording, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, but keep in mind, some of the things you do have to keep in mind is some of the hashtags out there are actually shadow banned hashtags. And we talked about this in a previous episode of our live, is, using certain hashtags that are banned by Instagram. And what'll happen is, if you use the same hashtags over and over again, and some of those hashtags being banned, it could actually have your account be shadow banned. And shadow ban essentially means when you post content, a very small amount of people are going to see that content. So you do need to be aware and cognizant of the hashtags that you are using, and try to stay away from the old copy paste, copy paste 30 hashtags into each post, because Instagram frowns upon that as well if you're using the same exact hashtags on every single one of your posts. So make sure you do switch it up every now and again.
Yeah, make it relevant to the post, right? Not every post is going to be the exact same or about the exact same. And merge media, we're no different. We might post something that is specific to Google or SEO, and so we're not going to use social media hashtags in that post, because it's not about social media necessarily.
If you just do a simple Google search, you'll find a list of those shadow banned hashtags, and they range. There's so many out there, and we got some weird ones too, like iPhonegraphy, Italiano, bikini body, and there's a massive list of these. So just go and check it out. And the reason why some of these hashtags are banned is because, certain types of content are being attributed to that hashtag, which is maybe content that goes against policy, which is why Instagram put the shadow ban on specific hashtags.
Moving on to number 3, and this is a life lesson. This is like anything that we do, and to do it well, you have to be consistent, and is no different on social media when you're creating and posting content. So you have to post consistently to boost your visibility. The more that you're posting relevant content, the more the algorithm and the feed is going to reward you, but also your followers are going to get used to your posting patterns and likely are going to engage more with your content. So this is a simple one. It's a life lesson. Just be consistent and figure out what is going to work best for you.
Total transparency, being consistent, it has been a challenge this week. I'm running an actual event online, planning an entire event. So I'm busy and everybody's busy. Nobody has time to post consistent content all the time. But I will tell you this. There was a time months back where I was posting, and I gave myself a goal of posting a quote a day on my Instagram story. Every single day I would do a quote for 100 days consecutively. And I will say that when I was consistently posting stories on a consecutive basis, consistent basis, I had the most engagement I have ever had. Just make it a part of your routine and keep consistent and give yourself a goal. Say, I'm going to do it for 100 days consecutively. Because if you don't do it, you're going to fall into the trap that I've fallen into, which is I haven't actually posted on my Instagram in a week. And that's a lot of time for me. I'm typically posting 3 to 4 times a week, and I have yet to post this week. So let that be a lesson to be learned.
So number 4 is an important one. It's a recent sort of development with this whole Instagram SEO thing, and that is write descriptive captions. And historically, you see a lot of content on Instagram that has just kind of like short one-liners, which worked really, really well in the past, but Instagram, being a visual platform, will attract tons of engagement if you post high quality, engaging posts, so photos and videos. But you also have to then write a very detailed and descriptive copy to convert your audience, because you're not going to convert your audience off of a really good photo or video and then just add one word or one line in the copy. So using the copy as a place to really go deep and add as much description and information as possible is really going to help your followers and the people seeing the content understand more what you do and who you are. But also it's going to help the algorithm as well, because now in that description, there's more words and there's more keywords for you to be discovered based off of.
I think that call to action is key as well. Like, what do you want your followers to do? What action do you want them to take? Do you want them to check out your link in the bio? Do you want them to listen to your podcast? Do you want them to read an article? Like, give them something to do. Maybe even just go to your profile and check out your last post. Whatever it is, take that opportunity when you're writing those descriptive captions to have that call to action at the end.
We are bringing it home, and we're going to touch on keywords again, and that is use secondary keywords in your posts. So Jay talked about hashtags earlier. Make sure that you use hashtags as your keywords, your primary keywords. So if you're a plumber, you're going to want to use your primary plumber keywords. Might just be plumber, but secondary keywords are those that are directly or indirectly related to your primary keyword. So for example, if you own a salon, your primary keyword might be salon, but your secondary keyword might be something related to what you do, such as haircut, color, something that is similar to and represents what you do. So just use them strategically on your posts, and it's going to help you boost your visibility.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it goes with every industry. You have secondary keywords, and there are platforms out there. You can just Google, keyword research, how to do keyword research, because, you'll find there are a lot of those longer tailed keywords that you wouldn't think about that might be worth including in your content. Like, let's talk about, like, for example, for us being a digital marketing agency, a secondary keyword for us would be Instagram SEO, 5 easy tips to, this is a great example of one for us. us. So think about some of those longer tail keywords, secondary keywords that you do want to include in a copy of those Instagram posts. And, the whole goal here is to have, your business show up more in Instagram search. And these are 5 tips that are definitely going to help you get there.